hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, Entertainment? So I'm coming to y'all with another video. Y'all, this is a little bit long awaited. Okay, before I get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let me know what you guys think about this video. So we talking WAGs to riches, okay? Let me tell you something. Anytime we get a Miami-based show, I'm excited about it because at least I'm familiar with some of the scenery that they film in. And watching this show, I knew at least some of the places that they filmed in at least, or are familiar a little bit to it. So I'm always just excited about that. Plus, it's always good to see a Miami show because, you know, we're hustlers. We get to the bag, right? So it is good to sort of see that on like streaming or TV, as they like to say, right? But this show was messy and it was funny and I liked it. I feel like I want to see a season 2 of this. The ending to me was very awkward. It was very random. The episodes could have been way longer. I felt like I was robbed low-key. I felt like I was finessed. I don't know. It's just, I felt like my culture was stolen from. I ain't talking about you, Jules. Like, you feel me? Like, it's just like, it was like, I don't know. I feel like we could have got a lot more, especially towards the end. Now, how y'all know how I do these recaps. The way I do them is seasonal, especially with Netflix shows. Check out my recap for Young Famous African if you already have it. I don't do episode by episode because they already seen the whole season by now. So I'm doing the whole season. Okay, so grab your popcorn and let's talk about it. We're gonna go character by character and talk about some of the most important things that happened throughout this season. First person we get into is Sherelle. Sherelle, aka Evelyn Lozada's doppelganger. Let me tell y'all something. The moment I seen her, like, I was low-key spooked. I always heard about her, but like I never looked at her for a long period of time. I would see her on social media, but like just through passing, like scrolling. But having to see her on TV, it was a little bit eerie because she looks very similar to Evelyn. And she has, Evelyn's name is Evelyn Lozado. Her name is Sherelle Rosado. You can't get more eerie than that. Like, that is what really threw me off. Like, the name and then the confessional look. This dress, we have seen Evelyn wear it before. Whoever is her stylist or whoever had her wear this for the confessionals, you guys set her up. How dare you? We all know we're gonna make comparisons, and y'all gonna put her in the same dress. Y'all should have Googled it so that way I could avoid it. Of course, as designer, you can't really avoid it sometimes, but like, come on now. Evelyn wore this a little bit ago. So this can't be recent designer because this was worn, I believe, at a reunion by Evelyn or something like that a little bit ago, okay? Here's the thing about Sherelle. I feel like every show needs a lovable villain. She's not lovable, I will say that, but I like her. She's a likable villain to me. I like the fact that we have somebody being an anchor of the show because without it, the show wouldn't have much direction. Clearly, this show was built around Sherelle. I feel like they are the one, she was the one who told them names of who could be on the show. Now, we all know she didn't say Stoney, but we all know she was the ones who kind of suggested most of the girls who to be on the show. Now, this isn't her first TV appearance. She also appeared on Selling Tampa. Apparently on that show, she was like the mother hen of the show, basically giving advice to the realtors, so on and so forth. But we see with this show, that's not the case. She's the one throwing shade at the other girls on the show. Now, her and Chad's relationship, that is like a carbon copy of her, of Evelyn and Chad. I don't care what nobody say. I watched Love Hip Hop. I said Love Hip Hop. Basketball Wives Miami since the beginning. And I remember when Evelyn got with Chad and they even had that little spinoff reality show and everything like that. That to me was like watching that relationship play out all over again. The hey boo boo, like all that little hey boo boo, all that little playing around with the kids. I said, oh my God. I felt like I was watching 2000, whatever they got together, 9, 8, whatever. Y'all remember that era. Like, it did trip me out, I'm not gonna lie, because it just brought me back. It did. And the way that Chad puts the D down on Sherelle, oh my God. She was so demonetized. It's not even funny. He even said on the show that he had to put Sherelle on a schedule. He had to put her on the schedule because she had too much editing, okay? She couldn't keep her hands off of it. Now, although we didn't get to see, Evelyn and Ocho's show air because it did get canceled before and it never aired, but we did get to see them at least interact on Basketball Wives. So that is where it was just so eerie to me to watch. I will say though, Sherelle, the reason why I respect her, you could tell she's not a dumb woman. To me, I see her way smarter than Evelyn. Sorry to y'all for keep comparing her to her, but like I'm gonna stop in a minute. But no shade. She seems a lot smarter. I feel like she's more financially equipped, mentally equipped than Evelyn in that relationship to me, because she had the strength enough to walk away before something super bad happens. Sorry, Evelyn. It's sad. It wasn't Evelyn's fault. We all know this. The headbutt and all that stuff, whatever, right? But to me, I think she saw it was going to, and she got up out of there, which to me was the smartest thing. Because now Mr. Chad is saying he should get, a percentage, because Sherelle and Chad do have a child together. And y'all probably thinking, how could she be that smart when she had a child by him? Guess what? She married a nigga. I know that. Evelyn was about 2 days from doing it. So that's all I'm saying. She could, at least she that smart. All right? She didn't have any business. You feel me? Ain't signed on the dotted line or none of that. You just had a baby. Okay? So at the end of the day, hey, I'm mad at it. You feel me? Now, she is going to be, of course, stuck with this man, dealing with him for the rest of her life. But like I said, financially, she was smart enough to not go through with a marriage with this man. Throughout the whole series, we see them in a kind of lovey-dovey relationship. They were basically the anchor couple of this series. Out of all the scenes they would enter in together, he would be the one being a knight in shining armor. I wonder what you're gonna do for season 2, Sherelle, because you can't be, oh my gosh, she gonna have to eat crow. Your first scene, you should just buy crow, cook, and just eat it in front of all the girls, because you're gonna really have to eat crow. Because he was talking all that crap about how, you can't associate yourself with certain people and this and that and blase, blase, blase. Stoney's a whore. Whole time Chad was a whore. You feel me? So it's like, well, we know that, but it's really not going to be easy for her to return season 2, because if she does, you're going to have to face the music, because your perfect and dreamy lifestyle to me wasn't as dreamy as it really was in real life, because look what happened afterwards. Okay. What I respect about Sherelle, though, is the fact that she's very business minded in regards to being like a huge broker. She's one of the biggest brokers in SFL. So props out go to you. Okay. Anybody that is in the freaking real estate space down here would know who the heck she is. So you got to give this lady her flowers at the end of the day, because it's not like she was a broke before getting with a Chad. And that's why I respect her. Now, she is a mean girl, but she's not a broke mean girl. The moment that they show her getting into it with Stoney and judging Stoney with the first few episodes, because Stoney, if you guys don't know, Stoney is Rick Ross's BM, and she had an SCX tape leaked of hers by 50 Cent. Okay. And I was like, I've heard of this story before, but to hear her tell it was one, sad, and two, 50 Cent, you a piece of crap. Because how you gonna sue Tierra Marie for something very similar that you actually did to a Walmart? Like, that nigga don't give a crap. Okay. The moment I heard Sherelle basically say, oh, I want to associate myself with a woman like that, and I have taken scandalous photos of myself, but it would never get out there for Chad. Now, you will say that you and Chad will end up being together forever. So it's like, I hope he don't do nothing that scandalous that 50 Cent end up doing to her. That's all I'm saying. And I just felt like that whole conversation and them judging Stoney to me was crazy because that really could happen to anybody. This why I have a rule. Condoms and no phone. On my son. I don't give a crap. I ain't even know. I don't consider myself famous, whatever. I don't care. But no, I one day want to be somebody. I'll be damned if somebody has footage or pictures of me that is unwanted. I will crumble. No. Stoney, that was a big, big mistake that you made. I will say that. Okay. Now, Stoney, you guys, is another character that was introduced in the series. She is a boutique owner. Okay. Baby mother of Rick Ross. Now, she has a boutique, y'all, in Hialeah. In this series, she talks about how she feels like her boutique is not generating as much because she has a brick and mortar and she has an online storefront. Let me tell you why your storefront is not booming. It's in Hialeah. Anybody that's from down here, we know what Hialeah gives. I don't have to say it. So why would you put it in Hialeah? Your shop belongs in Gardens. Your shop belongs in Aventura. What the is you doing in Hialeah? When she said that, I said, Hialeah? Your shop belongs Opalaka. Like, I just don't get why she thought that was the correct place to put her shop in. I don't know if she was in a rushing process. She just wanted to get the store out there just to start trying to boom business. But I just don't think it was the smartest thing to do because that is not your customer base. Hialeah, they're trying to go to the bodega. They are not trying to go to Stoney's shop. That is why half the time they filmed them scenes up in there, it was empty. Now the pieces didn't look bad, but I just feel like when it comes to businesses like that, location. Like, that's just it, okay? Stoney, to me, was needed on this show because she would say a lot of the things that a lot of the cast members would be kind of scared to say, which was needed. She really has some funny moments, especially in her confessionals, to be honest. And in my opinion, I felt like she held back a lot on Sherelle, and she really could have went ham on her. Something gives me Sherelle has a lot of things on these girls, and she has a lot of power amongst the show, maybe producing wise. I don't know, because how light Stoney went on her, I don't know. Had it been any other girl, they really would have cussed up out of Sherelle. Because what happened to Stoney could happen to any woman. Okay? You out here dipping it and doing it. You feel me? Getting stroked, poked. And next thing you know, the tape is all out there. That's embarrassing. Okay? She said it drove her into a very deep depression. She talked a little bit about it throughout the whole series. And the fact that Sherelle couldn't take it at her heart to at least be a little, sympathetic towards it, it low-key kind of spoke a little bit to her character. Because it's not even that, Sherelle, you have daughters. What if somebody did that to your daughter? You would think it'd be okay for other women to judge her. It gave a lot of mean girl when it comes to Sherelle in that situation because she just did not give a crap. Now, what Sherelle claims is that Stoney been talking in these Miami streets. No shade. Stoney give me the type that be talking in these Miami streets. You know she be standing right outside that storefront and be on the phone like, girl, that's why them customers don't be coming up in there. They don't think anybody working up in there because you be outside that store talking, okay? That's what Stoney kind of gives to me. My favorite of the show is Sade. Sade is me and I am Sade, okay? The reason why I say I am Sade and Sade is me, I don't really mess with people like that. And that's Sade. Like, you could tell deep down, she's not really like cool like that with these girls. She tolerated them to finish her contract for the show. And she kept her pregnancy a secret until she wanted to let us know, or she wanted the girls to know that she was pregnant. The show really opened up with her getting out of the pool with the dream house, the dream car. Like, she to me is that girl. I feel like she's very underrated on this show. I feel like a lot of the girls in this collective are jealous of her and they just don't want to admit it. Sorry, that's just what I see from it, okay? And I think that's why she thought the series she was a little bit more guarded. than some of the other girls. Okay. Another girl that is introduced on this series is MJ, aka Kodak baby mama. MJ to me was sort of like a miscast because she gives me more love hip hop. She's a lot younger than the rest of the cast. So a lot of her scenes to me felt like they literally edited a clip out of like Love and Hip Hop, or let's say like a Basketball Wives type of show, and then they put it on this series. That's just how I got from it. Even her sitting down with her friends are like, they look like high schoolers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a little bit misplaced. Do I think she fit in with the girls? She does a little bit. It's just her age. It just throws it off just a little bit because you could kind of see like her hanging out with Stoney. It was like, you know, like, she's like hanging out with her mama. It was like a little bit like that. Okay. Speaking of, MJ has already gotten into her second scuffle with one of Kodak's baby mamas. You really letting Bill do you like that? Really? Over Bill? Over Bill. Let me tell you something. I feel like Bill will never take her serious. I feel like Kodak feels as if she's like a crash out. And a lot of people, you know, in the Miami streets or whatever, feel as if like she portrayed something that she was on the show, meaning as if like she was like his main girl, when some people think otherwise. So who knows what he might really be thinking, if he's even upset with the fact that, you know, she gave us that narrative. Now on this show, she does her music and she's also a real estate agent. My whole thing is, MJ, how you gonna be doing all that squabbling and you a real estate agent? Like, imagine MJ showing you a home and then one of his baby mamas pass by and say something slick, and she just get out there from the show and get the tussling with the bitch, and then you just out there stuck in the home. Like, you got to move a little bit smarter than that if you're trying to work in an industry like that. It just makes her look so bad. And it's the fact that she's not scared to lose her license when you out here scuffling, scruffling, doing all sorts of crap like that. It's not like you just want to be a rapper. If you want to be a rapper, go have at it, because that's what rappers do. They squabble up home, squabble up home. What your squabble like? But I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want my real estate agents following. You're supposed to squabble for my listing. Why are you squabbling other bitches? I'm not gonna look at you the same. It just is bad for business, and I just feel like she needs to move a lot smarter, because especially that scene with her and her mom, you can tell that that mom has a lot of knowledge, okay? And even when she was spitting to her at that table, I just wish that she took heed and listened to the stuff that she was telling her, because the mom was spitting some facts, and it's as if you could tell she was listening, but she really wasn't listening like that. Like, in the back of her mind, she said, "I still love Bill," okay? And you really crash it out over Bill. Next is Alexis. That's another one of my faves from the show. She is like the Cynthia Bailey of the show. She's the peacemaker. She's the one playing mother hen. She's the one that is trying to at least keep the peace and getting to really know these girls. Without her, half of the show wouldn't exist. The reason why is I feel like she's extremely important to the show because she could film with all of the girls. Okay? Sherelle's important to the show, don't get me wrong, but she can't film with all of the girls. You feel me? Like, she can't just go out and have drinks with Stoney. Alexis can, though. You feel me? So with her, she is an ex of Amari Stoudemire, which I'm just like, she was married to one of the greats. So that in itself already makes her like a goat. You could tell that she's extremely intelligent. That speed dating with that dude, you ever let me tell you something. You ever see a nigga and like they look good, but then they take the glass off and they look a certain way, and then you like, ugh. I felt like she got catfish. That nigga that she met at that bar was not the same nigga that she met at her home cooking. I don't give a crap what nobody say. That was two different niggas. Two different niggas. I don't care. It was like, whoa, like, who the is this? Anyways, she's dating. She's trying to manage single life, whatever, and still trying to manage friendships within like the group of girls. Okay. Next, we got Yes Jules, and I'm put this picture up because that's literally how we got introduced to her. Kanye, Yeezy. Okay. And I don't care what nobody say. Yes, Jules looks like Katy Perry. Instead of I kissed the girl and I liked it, it's I kissed the nigga and I liked it. Taste of his chocolate lips. Because apparently, y'all, it's known out that apparently she is allegedly a culture vulture. That she steals off of black culture, holds onto black culture, tries to ride off the coattails of black culture. From this show, the thing. Okay, here's the thing with her. I don't mind her. I don't mind her. Let me tell you why. You'll know why. She, I can tell, is like the way that she was on the show. She's really like that in real life. I feel like a couple of these girls were trying to put on a persona, and I don't think she was one of them girls. But them cornrows, y'all remember that Bad Girl scene where Talone from Bad Girls Club 16 says, Z, why you got them cornrows in your hair? Why you got them? I'm gonna ask Z, what made you think of putting them cornrows? Netflix, you guys are completely evil for doing what y'all did and showing that throwback scene of her in them straight backs. She was like, do you like? And then Sharon's like, I don't know. It's throwing me off. When I tell y'all I screamed at that scene, one thing that Netflix knows how to do is place a correct scene at a certain point of time. Because the moment that the girl started to question, yes, Jules's, dedication to the Black experience, or her even being a part of this circle because she can't relate to the Black WAG Black experience, they placed the scene where she had them straight backs. And I lived for it. It was hilarious. Z, why you got them cornrows? Remember what Z said? I slay. Okay, now her storyline throughout the whole series was like her kind of being like the all ball out. She is, the only white woman outside of the whole crew, and she was like an outsider. She wasn't one of the people that really fit in, such like Stoney, because the girls felt like she was an eater off of the Black community. Okay, a lot of what she talked about is how Kanye West fired her publicly, and that made her lose a lot of money. And because of it, y'all, I can't stop thinking about how she looked like Katy Perry though, watching that whole thing. I was like, damn, she looked like Katy Perry. Like, fuck. She looked just like her, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. That is Katy Perry. Okay? That's Black Katy Perry. Okay? Bitch, that's Katie Johnson. Anyways, so she talked a little bit about that whole Kanye West thing throughout the whole series while she was there. And then let's talk about the infamous scene that everybody's been talking about. What do you do for Black culture? I do a lot. Let me tell you, that girl that was fighting her was I feel like they were testing her to see if she could be a full-time cast member on the show, because the girls we're going to get to after, which are these girls, didn't bring a lot to the show. This one, her husband, too fine. Oh my God. Ooh. We're going to get to her in a minute. But those three that I just showed you guys didn't bring a whole lot to the show. So I just feel like they were trying to see if she would be, somebody that they could add to the cast maybe midway through and make her a full-time cast member. And I feel like they wanted to see if she would sort of fit in, and she miserably failed. This situation, I feel a ways about. Y'all probably may not agree with me, but I feel like both of them was wrong. Because yes, Jules, don't you ever sit there and ever ask a Black woman. You ask a Black woman, what have you done for the Black culture? Bitch, her being alive as a Black woman has contributed to the Black culture. She's discriminated against every day. And from what it sounds like, she works in corporate America. So what do you think she's doing for Black culture? She's existing, bitch. Are you crazy? Like, don't you dare. That, to me, you had a lot of nerve asking her that. But what I felt like the girl did, her name is Kinaya, whatever. The girl, what I felt like she did wrong, you should not put your hand on nobody's face like that. You doing this and this, what Tommy said, that could easily get you popped. That was, she had a lot of patience with you, girl, because you, and an aggressive, and already an aggressive conversation with both of you guys together. What did you expect her to do? Get your hands out of my face. I don't feel like she was wrong for that. I'm sorry. It's just like you can't be doing this to people and not expect people to get mad. Like, you just can't. You just cannot be doing all of this. MJ also went live and she agreed with what I had to say too.
Everybody's seen the scene with Jules and Kania.
Kania, Sunday.
I just want y'all honest opinion. Do y'all feel like Jules is wrong? I personally feel like she isn't wrong because I don't know. It just really gave Kania just wanted a storyline. She just wanted a reason to like really talk on camera. And you know, we were all sitting down at the table, and I felt like, hey, if Jules is sitting like 2 tables away, why don't we just call her over here and you could tell her how you feel? Like, don't go to just shit talking about her right here when she's literally 2 tables away. Like, come on, as grown women, if you really have an issue, like, go and try to talk about it and solve it, you know, instead of trying to be messy and talk about a girl that's 2 tables away from you. Like, it was just weird. I don't, you know. So I said, Jules, I called Jules over so they could have a proper conversation. I had no idea they were going to fight because I know we're not allowed to fight on production. Like, this is a classy show. Like,
I thought this was a classy party. Bitch, it wasn't that night.
There was no fighting. So my intentions was not to start a fist fight when I called Jules over there. I knew it would be like some type of like, you know, back and forth. That's what reality TV is like, you know. But hey, it got too serious too quick. And Gary got straight to the point when Jules came to sit down.
Now let's talk about Gary. Whoever that is, I think it was her cousin, her friend, whatever. That is who really started it. I'm telling you, like, he is messy. Because had it not been for him, he elevated the conversation. They really could have argued and not got into a fist fight. But for him to say, oh, she said you was racist. What you think? My defense gonna be up because, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I would just work for a black man. How could I be racist? You could still be racist and work for a black man. But I'm thinking how Jules is thinking, right? So that already put her at a defense. So he's really to blame. That friend or cousin, whoever you brought MJ with Kodak and them, they was the one to blame because they elevated the conversation. The moment Jules got up over there, Kania was another person on the defense. She was on the defense too because she did not say that. She never said she was a racist. She said she was a culture vulture. So she's already trying to defend what she said, and then two, trying to defend herself against Jules because she believes that she's a culture vulture, and Jules is trying to prove that the bitch ain't racist. So it was already a bunch of confusion and conflama and drama. So it was gonna either end up in a big ass argument or some fists, and it ended up in some fists. Okay, that girl though was gonna tear you up, Jules. I don't know what you thought this was. Now, Jules, another thing that made me side eye you, you say you want to spit in her face. Now, she didn't say she wanted to spit in Kania's face. She said she wanted to spit in Sherelle's face because apparently this whole time, before that scene directly happened, she told Sherelle that she was no longer with child. Okay. And by the way, speaking of culture vultures, that vulture word is eating you bitches up. I was like, oh my God, they couldn't even say it. Like, I could say anomaly that other day. Them girls could not say vulture on that show. They was like, you are a cultivator. You cultivate that. Oh my, cultivate. I couldn't even say that. They couldn't say the word vulture, y'all. I found that to be kind of funny because I peeped that. I just feel like Kania, though, she probably has had to deal with, because we as all black people deal with this, you working with white people who you probably 10 times smarter than them, more efficient than them, and they always get the recognition or they always get placed and put in certain rooms that they really don't belong in just because of their skin color. So that is probably all went right through her mind when this lady, as Jules, was questioning what does she do for her culture as a white woman. So it was kind of like out of line for you to even bring that up, even if you were going through what you were going through. Okay? But I still feel like Kania was wrong for putting her hands in her face like that. I feel like both are wrong at some point of the conversation. And MJ, your friend or family member, whoever that nigga was really the one that was starting up the shit. Okay, to cut what what Mama Joyce said. Todd, Mama Joyce's sister, Todd was the one who started it, and Brock came with the bush. That nigga did that one time, and they just get to start the fighting. And another comment I found very suspect too was after the fight. Yes, Jules, you said this is my real hair. Things like that don't help you, mamas. They don't. It's very suspect. This is my real hair. I'll spit in your face. These aren't things you should say. And Sade, I love you, Sade. Down, okay? Because that's to me numero uno. Because I see myself a lot in her. Because I'm the same type of person. I keep to myself a lot. I don't like to tell people a lot of things. Y'all remember how long it took me to open up to the entertainers? Like, I just don't like to tell people about myself because it's just like, bitch, people nosy and people don't give a fuck. And niggas don't want to see you win. So it's like, I'm more like her. You feel me? Out of all of the girls. You need to tell your friend Jules, watch her mouth by some of the things that she says, because if you as a friend do not tell her these things, she is going to run across people like Kania that are going to pop her. You feel me? Left, right, and center. That's just what's going to happen, okay? I will say that was very entertaining. That whole episode and scene, very entertaining. Now, and mind you, they did this at Victory. My friend showed me the owner of Victory. Oh, that fine man's establishment. How dare you guys? I'm talking about he built that from the ground up to the flow up. Own business. Fine. You gotta messed up this man's establishment like that. And that's a classy establishment too. Let's talk about some of the other cast members before we circle back to some of the most memorable moments of the season. Ashley Wheeler. First of all, this is why I included a picture with her and her husband. Because, who that nigga got me speaking tongues on a Sunday? Let me tell you, that scene when they were all at home and like, that nigga was... Ashley, you better keep a watchful eye on that nigga. Let me tell you, this is Miami, okay? You got to watch out for everybody. I'm just saying. Oh, my God. Anyways, she is one of the messiest girls on here. She hides it very well, but I'm on to her. I feel like she is the one who really spills a lot of the tea to Sherelle. We kind of caught this between her kind of telling Sherelle the tea about Kitty and then also Sade's beef. She is very, to me, messy. This is the friend that gets away with the messiness, okay? Sherelle is the one that takes the brunt of it and is the face of being a villain, but Ashley is the one back behind the scenes doing the dirty work. I'm on to you, okay? I feel like her life to me is the most dreamlike because she has a faithful husband, kids, dream house, car, and everything, and it doesn't seem like there's any crackles in that. So I think that's a lot to be envied from some of the other women too. And now that, you know, there's going to be a couple single girls on the next season, if all of them come back, which, by the way, I want all of them to come back. I feel like every cast member should come back, except for one, maybe, which we're going to get to. But all of the rest, I feel like all should come back. That's just how I feel about it. Okay? It's just, it makes sense. All right? Another one we have, you guys, is Portia. To me, these are the least valuable players, okay, of the show. I'm just keeping it a buck. A lot of the girls that I talked about before were the ones that really brought it in regards to drama, really opening their lives to a full scope. But it was, to me, least valuable players of the series was Mrs. Ashley, Portia, and then Kitty. I keep calling her Kitty as Kitty, y'all. Listen, her beef between her and Sade to me was very, like, dumb. I kind of understand where Sade is coming from because, listen, if y'all filming and the suite was not sponsored by you guys, why would I allow you guys to come in there when you guys are filming a whole situation I'm not a part of and you guys didn't sponsor it? Okay? Like, I don't get it. Like, that's my whole thing. Like, y'all gotta, that production company needed to have pitched in, because this is my own coin. Okay, now this all started with Keita. She was filming for Hard Knocks. It was a docu-series, and they basically asked to shoot some scenes inside the suite that Sade was in, arranged for like the wives and the girlfriends like attending the game. And then she basically said that she didn't really have a lot of interaction with Sade before the whole incident happened, and didn't really kind of know who she was. So according to Keita, the girls, the wives and girlfriends, contributed towards the cost of the suite. And then when it was time to, I guess, go in there and film for the show or whatever, Sade sort of gave pushback to it and didn't like really agree to the filming being done in there. Okay, I feel like this whole situation was very instigated by Miss, low-key messy herself, Ashley, and Sherelle. I don't think it was that big of a deal, to be honest. I just feel like it was all about logistics and paperwork. That's really what it had to do with, in my opinion. I don't think Sade meant to be like a bitch about it. And I don't think, my bad, y'all, wrong picture. I don't think she meant to be a bitch about it. And I don't think how they were trying to compare how Sherelle was treating Stoney to how she treated Keita. I don't think that's the same thing. I really don't think you could compare the two at all. Okay? Shout out to Sade, because I'm the same way when it comes to older people. Let me tell you something. These people that get around their 40s, late 30s and stuff, they see a person in their younger 20s, younger 30s, whatever you may call it, whatever, right? They feel as if you're like a child. Bitch, I pay bills just like you. You're not going to talk to me like a bitch. Because last time I checked, I don't live with my mama. So it's like, you can't like, no. So it's like, this is why I respect Sade, because even as a kid, I was like that. Let me tell y'all the story time. I remember I had got into it with this family member, right? Because she was talking to me crazy. And I was like, bitch, I said it in Creole too. I was just like, that's why you over there sitting there with your figgy D. That basically is with your hard ass face. Because the bitch had a hard face. So I called her a hard face. Because it's like she kept playing with me. She kept picking at me. And I wasn't even doing anything. So it's like, I'm the same way. Like, I'm gonna let you slide a couple times, but that last time I'm gonna really let you have it because I let you slide. So it's like Sade to me did the right thing to Sherelle, and I think that Sherelle, it made her respect Sade, because Sade really put her in her place, basically saying, aren't you supposed to be older than us? And you out here cussing, calling me a bitch? She gonna call me a bitch. Okay, my Erica voice. So that's why, to me, Sade is one of the MVPs of this series. Okay? She wanted to leave that scene though. When they had that little event, when they all ate, when her and Shora got into it, and they went to go get food, this girl said, she was like, I'm finna get my food and leave, okay? If that's not a Miami event, I don't know what is. Bitch, we're gonna take that food and go. You gotta go play my op in here, okay? Duh. So that was very Miami coding. Also in this series too, we've seen the development of Sherelle's relationship with Chad. She even talked about at one point that, they did the do, and he sat up and was like, I'm hungry. And she said, oh, I'm hungry too. They all looked at each other. Ooh. Well, I guess we both gonna be some hungry motherfuckers. I feel like Sherelle didn't do her research on Chad. Chad likes a submissive woman. Sherelle don't give me a submissive type. That's just what I get from it. She don't give me that type. She gives me the type that she's gonna submit to a certain extent, but she's just not gonna cater to you 100%. Because she's very independent. And I feel like her business mindset groomed her to be that way, which I can't be mad at. Because look what the fuck he did. And now he's claiming to want a percentage. 85%. to be exact, of Sherelle's business endeavors because he feels he improved her. He made her more known. Regardless or not of him introducing her to a lot of things, Sherelle was still doing her thing before she even met him. Now, did it get better? Yes. But to act like she didn't really put in the groundwork to be one of the biggest brokers out here is crazy. Chad, you do football. You may have known probably some of the clients that she has assisted being a broker, but this is not what you're known for. So the fact that he wants a cut of that is crazy. Take a look at what he had to say recently, y'all.
Tell Sherelle get on here so I can cuss her ass out. When they see you, they don't say, "Hey, Sherelle." They be like, "Oh, that Chad girl." You see how that work? Huh? You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? Your identity. It's like, oh yeah, ain't that Ocho people? Yeah. Everything 85.
And some of you guys will say, "Oh, yeah, if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have been on that show." She was on the show, y'all. A lot of y'all don't do y'all research. I said in the beginning of the video, she was on another Netflix show and she was the mother hen. Really, her being on the show with this nigga really made her look bad. Because on the other show she was on, she actually looked really good. It gave her a great image. It made her look which she looked intelligent in the show, don't get me wrong, but it made her look more of a mother figure and more kind. So this show made her actually look worse.
Man, that's what we talking about. Stop playing with me. You want 25? Nah. Listen, people in here want ice water. You hear me? People in here want ice water. That don't mean they gonna get it. I can name a bunch of things she could have that start with the number 25. Tell them how much you asked for my business. Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter how much I ask from your business, man. Feel me? Your business is prospering. Well, I'm not saying I'm the sole reason why your business is prospering, but I've added to the influx of business since being attached to my hip, so I think I deserve something. I deserve something. What the fuck you thought, man? You got to understand, I'm talking about. Yes, if I wanted 85% of your business, I should get 85% of it because boom, you with me, boom, all of a sudden, booming. You see how that works? All of a sudden, you're associated and attached to me. Now business is booming. So I should be able to ask for 85%.
And bitch, anybody who does business, 85% is crazy. Oh my God. Bitch, you don't even own your shit at that point. Huh.
What are you talking about? Let me get that. I'm worth all that. Whatever I ask for. I'm getting a little carried away. I ain't getting carried away. This ain't a math problem. Only thing you carrying is math. You carry the one. I ain't getting carried away here. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna tell you like Denzel told Jamie Foxx. I'm leaving here with something. Got me.
Child feel like that damn Sherelle done got her probably some new big black cock. He don't know what to do. Okay, that's what it's giving. This was a show that Sherelle was first on. It was called Selling Tampa. It no longer exists. Like I said, she was like the mother hen of it. She used to give a lot of the realtors advice, so on and so forth. She's not on that show anymore. Well, that show is no longer running. I don't know why they got rid of it. Every Florida show, I feel like they always end up getting rid of it for some reason. It really is annoying. Hopefully we get a season 2 of this show because it really was entertaining. Because if they do get rid of it, that will really, really suck. Okay? Now, throughout the show, we see it was a lot of gossip between the girls about, what's going on with a lot of their lives. A lot of them ended up being pregnant, including Sade, which that to me was the best thing ever. Her revealing it to the girls and not letting the girls in her business, I think pissed some of the girls off. They were, of course, happy for her, like, oh, congratulations, yay! But I think deep down it was like, bitch. You feel me? Because it's like she didn't let them know until she wanted to. Another girl that was revealed to be pregnant is Portia, which we all sort of saw coming too as well. And of course, Keita was pregnant too as well. They also showed the incident where Tyreek was arrested on like the streets or whatever. And when that mom, let me tell you, this is what I love about Netflix. They know how to really make it a moment. When that mom said, you know, every time something going on with thy family, I get on my knees and pray. That's my biggest advice for you. Get on your knees and pray. I said, oh, bitch, I want to start speaking tongues because that's so true though. Like that really ate when she said that shit. A lot of the pregnancies were revealed too. And then also, of course, the biggest thing too was Jules being like the outsider. Also, in some of the scenes, we see the scene, especially where Jules got in that fight with Kania, we saw her being back and forth between two tables. Sherelle, the devil works hard, but you work harder, bitch. For you to have a whole separate table from Stoney is crazy. Listen, Sherelle said, bitch, you're not finna take none of my dick. That's mine. I know you wish you let her have a piece of it now. Let me tell y'all something. The fact that we saw those two tables sitting near each other, acting like they didn't know who or what was going on at the other table, it was kind of funny, but it shows, this show really shows the epitome of how Miami is. It's very like, Miami, y'all, especially like social aspects, is very like, clicky. One is clicky, and two, it's very statusy, meaning like who's on this status, who's wearing this, you feel me? Like who has the more money? Like it's very like that. So this show was aligned when they showed that. Like that really is how it is. So they depicted that perfectly, right? Now, Jules, why the fuck? You already are known to be a little racist, allegedly, or to have a little bit of a culture vulture spirit. And then you end up bringing somebody who is very questionable at the finale. Why would you do that? You brought Ryan Garcia to the beach. When I seen him, I said, George just don't be knowing. She really cannot read a room. Can you read a book? Because you sure can't read a room. Why would you bring this man who literally said the N-word to a show where literally somebody fought you because they said that you were a culture vulture and you don't contribute nothing to the culture? What do you do for your culture? I need to clip that. What do you do for your culture, right? You literally came with this man. Why? I don't know. I never liked Ryan Garcia. I feel like he's not all there, one. And then two, I do feel like he has a little bit of prejudice against black people. And you're hanging out with him. That does not make your case any better. These are the things, Sade, you need to tell your friend. You feel me? You need to tell your friend. Stop hanging out with her. What are you doing? Another person I feel like was extremely valuable to this show was Stoney, because she's real Miami. Like, that's a Miami girl through and through. Like, she gossip. You feel me? Like, that's a real Miami girl. The scene that she had with Yes Jules gossiping about, you know, Ocho and everything like that, like, that's real Miami. You feel me? Like, when she said also, I thought y'all was bougie. Y'all city girls like the rest of us. Stoney, that crown down your titties is what makes you a city girl. Listen, Stoney went to the tattoo artist and said, I want the Crown Royal logo right here. Right here. Right between these eyes, okay? Shout out to Stoney, okay? You need to move that brick and mortar to damn another city, because don't leave it in Hialeah. Best advice. Okay, this series ended with basically Stoney kind of going to Sherelle and saying that, you know, the streets been talking, and that a lot of people have went to her and said, hey, is Sherelle in an open relationship? I heard they be having threesomes, be inviting people in the bedroom, all that, right? And Sherelle was basically like, mind your business, okay? Don't ask me about it. And it sort of ended off there. Well, cut to real life, they're not together. And now Chad won 85%. So it's like, all that judging that you was doing, Sherelle, I know she's eating crow because this was filmed around the time y'all was in y'all heydays, and now you find out this man is a whore. I don't get when women get with men like this and they don't do their research. Evelyn, I feel like, talked about this throughout time about how he's a little bit of a narc, and you find out the hard way. That's all I'm saying. This series was one of the best series I've seen in a minute. I feel like the scenery was amazing. I love the fact that they shot in the Versace mansion. If anybody has been there, like I have, it's like fucking amazing. I remember. I think I did. I worked with this wedding company, and I did a wedding there. Like, it's fucking amazing. Anyways, like they shot the Versace mansion. They shot all throughout Miami. Like, it really was amazing. Like, shout out to them in the production of it all, because the production value of it is like top fucking tier, scenery and storyline, in my opinion. I really am pissed because I feel like it ended so abruptly, and it felt so short because the episodes weren't that long. That is season 2. Don't do like Young Famous African. We need 12 episodes, and we need to mix it up a little bit. Do I think we need Portia back? Not really. I'm sorry. That's the one person I feel like everybody else could come back. I feel like even if Portia come back, I wouldn't be mad at it. But I don't think we like need her. And I feel like they should throw in a couple of girls in the mix. And yes, I think Young Jewel should come back. Apparently, she mad as fucking Netflix or some shit. She wasn't even in the cast photo. I don't know why. To me, they depicted it. I don't feel like they made her look bad. I feel like they told all sides of the story. That's just what I think. Great season. I feel like I give this a real hard 9 out of 10. Let me know what y'all think down below about this series. I'm so interested to see what y'all had to say down below. And we're out, babies.
No personal thing.